It's another day at the lair. We're working together. Ain't no job that's too big, 'cause we can make it better. We've got Robin the robot, teach us to build. Work hard together for a better future. We've got Robin the robot and Orby too.
And some water for you?
You just watered these plants yesterday.
Yes, Robin. Plants need water every day. They need to be cared for, like the delicate beings they are.
Hi, is this Robin?
Yes, it is.
Thank God. We've been having so many problems with plastic on beaches here in Guyana. We know that you and Arby care about the earth. Do you think you could come help us with the problem?
Don't worry, we're on our way. Orby, it's time to fly.
See, we don't know what to do, but these turtles won't stop trying to eat all of the plastic.
Please, Mr. Turtle, just let go of this plastic.
Maybe if we pick up all of the plastic.
Let's do it, Robin.
Yay! Orby, we did it! Now the turtles won't eat plastic and the beach is cleaner for people to use.
But now, what do we do with all of this plastic? And that plastic and trash.
I don't know, Orby, but we can't just let this plastic build up. We have a mission to make Earth a better place.
How about we call our friends at STEM Guyana? They're always coming up with good ideas, and maybe they can help us.
My name is Maria Fraser. I am a marine biologist. I'd like to thank STEM for inviting me on this nice little interview that we're having here this evening. And I have a little colleague of mine who will be my interviewee.
My name is Hita Pikin, and I'm so glad to meet you.
Likewise too. So what questions do you have for me this evening?
What are some potential solutions for trash in the oceans?
Well, that's a very good question that you asked me. Well, we know presently today there's so much trash in the ocean. It's quite difficult to control. But what I would usually tell my friends, colleagues, and even people in my conservation society is try to reduce the use of single-use plastic. This is your straws and plastic bottles. Because when you finish using a straw from drinking a juice or anything in particular, you end up throwing it away. Eventually, it goes into the trench and then into the rivers and then into the ocean where it affects marine lives.
How to improve on our proposed solutions to make them more environmentally friendly?
Well, for example, you know when you go to the grocery, you always get plastic bags. Well, some of these plastic bags consist of a type of plastic that takes thousands and thousands of years to degrade. So what if we had organic or biodegradable plastics, which is simply a plastic that is environmentally friendly and can be easily degraded? So I would suggest go to something simple things like that, biodegradable and environmentally friendly. We can also look at, we can focus on solutions that promote sustainable practice and minimizing the resource consumption of our plastic bottles and plastic bags or any single-use plastic in particular.
What kind of training did you do to become a marine biologist?
So when I was in high school, I wanted to be a medical doctor. That was my passion from day one. I always wanted to do that. But I started the University of Guyana to pursue a degree in biology. So I said that, hey, I'm going to do the 3 year and then I'm going into med school. But unfortunately, medicine then did not work out for me. I mean, I didn't get through to med school. So I decided that, hey, I have an entire hamburger. Why not, eat the entire hamburger? Which is simply saying, instead of doing 2 years of my university, why not complete my entire degree? So that's when I moved into the full degree in biology. And then after I graduated from the University of Guyana, I pursued a master's degree in marine science, and it was so fun. I would say that I have never even thought of doing marine science. I've never dreamed about it, nothing. So I would say the career kind of found me. I was deciding, I was thinking, what is it I should do? What am I going to study? Is it this what I really want? And then, it just happened that I totally love nature. I enjoy the outdoors. I love water, even though I'm afraid of swimming in the black water or dark color waters. I'm a bit terrified with that, but nevertheless, I still love it. I do it because I'm very passionate.
What tools are needed to turn plastic into clothes?
Oh, that's a good question. So it varies. What I know, particularly first when you have plastic, whichever type, if it's plastic bottles or plastic straws or so on, there's a process where it starts off with a shredder. So the shredder usually strips the plastic into smaller pieces, whether it's granules or long shred pieces, like little threads. The second part of it is where the plastic is melted and they're forced into like small openings to form a longer strand of fiber.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a quite interesting. I think they call it an extruder. The third step after they melt it, there's a spinning machine, and this machine takes the melted plastic and then they make it into a yarn or textile, like a ball of thread all together. So it's similar like that. And so then they start weaving or knitting, which is a knitting machine or a sewing machine when all the plastics come together, like how to say. So you have strings and strings of plastic, which actually gives you like the shirt that you would wear. And then they would add different colors to give the finishing effect. So it's a very simple process, actually.
How long will it take to implement these solutions?
Well, that's a very good question. Now, if you want to make a difference or a change when it comes to, to let's say addressing plastic trash, banning plastic pollution, there's a number of steps that needs to be to happen. First, you write your proposal, you would submit it to the relevant agency, the agency, which is a government agency, and then they would view it, and then they would, do a little bit of evaluating, make sure that it's okay, it meets the standard and so on. Then they need to have a stakeholder conversation or consultation. This is basically where they meet with NGOs, the private sector, and government as well to say, do you think that this is something that we should do? And then they have the feedback from everybody. So it's like you now going to your friend and say, hey, I want to be an engineer. You think this is a good field to study engineer? And then your friends will give you feedback. So it's the same concept that happens. And when they say that this is okay, it will take some time. It could happen 30 days to a year to 3 months to even 4 years. So the time process would vary. It depends on how important is it, and of course, how much support that you would get from your friends as well. Yeah.
What are some inspiring words for the viewers?
All right. So I would basically say that every action we take, no matter how small, this has a power to make a difference. Together, we can protect and restore our ocean, and we can embrace sustainable practices. We can raise awareness, we can hold hands, or work together to ensure that it is a healthy and vibrant future for our terrestrial and marine life, and especially for our plants and our future generations. So I just want to say that remember, what we do today will also have an effect on tomorrow. Thank you.
Clap your hands and start to dance. It's another day at the lair. We're working together. Ain't no job that's too big.